Oh my gosh. Bro, I legit told you, don't barge in.
I gotta just open the door.
This is my private studio area. I'm trying to write down notes.
I see
so
that.
I have this
I was
book
just
review
saying,
later. Trying to record a time lapse, and you're in here interrupting your
Nah, I'm just trying to
send
say
me a
what's up.
text. Hey,
I get excited sometimes.
I get it. You're excited all the
just
time.
sometimes,
I'm just
really.
a positive person. You want to laugh. You want to laugh all the time.
Are you doing Supermarket?
Yes, it's a great book. That's what I'm doing a review on. I want people to know about this book.
Saying Flynn at the end of the book.
Flynn's all, dude, hey, whoa, time out. Oh, no spoilers. This is a non-spoiler video, so I don't spoil anything.
That's my bad.
Okay.
I'll leave.
I appreciate it, man. Just not
leave.
next time.
And my bad.
Okay.
See you.
All right. Jeez, man. I'm just out here trying to record a time lapse, and this guy just wants to keep barging in. Anyways. All right, guys. First off, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I'm laughing because it was so funny. I was just trying to write down some notes to review this book. It's my first review. I'm trying to be serious about it. And that dude just comes barging in the door and just keeps messing with me. He tries to spoil the book just because he read it. I'm like, ugh, just frustrated, but it's funny that it happened. It's funny that I actually got it on camera. But anyways, welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out this video. Well, first off, this is Reading Between the Lines. I'm Brandon, your host, and I talk about books and things of that nature. So yeah, let's get into it. Supermarket. Written by Bobby Hall, a.k.a. Logic. You may have heard of him. You probably have. He's a very popular guy. One of the biggest hip hop artists, MCs, producer, creator of music, of sick music. So first off, the story itself, it follows a character by the name of Flynn. He's a 24-year-old male, at least in the beginning of the story. He just got dumped by his girlfriend. He's depressed. He's a writer as well. And this is where the story got confusing for me because it was a writer writing about a writer. And there was some shit that took place and I was like, wait a second, mind blown, fourth wall broken. I thought it was interesting. But yes, he's a writer and he gets a job at the supermarket and he needs inspiration for his book. And that's all I'm gonna say. There's no spoilers, just real basic information. So the first thing, or I guess we can start from the beginning of this whole process of me getting this book. I was in Barnes & Noble and I was just looking around. It was right when I was getting back into reading, probably at the beginning of this year. And I was just looking for a quick read, a relatively quick read, something that had a cool pop to it, nothing way too intricate. Like I wasn't trying to read Game of Thrones or anything. I just wanted something to stimulate my mind again. And I found this book and I was walking through the aisles. And I walked by and I saw this cover, real simple, red, yellow lettering, perfect. Let me model it for you. Should be a hand model. And that's literally what drew me to this book. And then I read the back, of course. Then I read the first page and I was like, okay, I'm in. Not only because of the description of the book, but because I saw Logic wrote it. Logic is a very good artist. If you know who he is, you know he's a lyricist. He's good at telling stories. If you listen to any of his songs, he's just really, really good. He's creative when it comes to music. So knowing that, I wanted to see how creative he could be in storytelling. So that is literally the main reason why I picked this up, just to see how a musician, a rapper, MC, producer like this guy, I want to see how he can write. So I guess to break it down a little bit more, again, I'm not gonna try to make this too long. My camera's actually about to die, so I gotta kind of speed things up and not make jokes like I'm doing right now. So the writing of this book, again, I don't have a lot to compare this to just because I haven't read like a whole bunch of books. So the writing in this book to me seemed just fine. I never like lost focus as I was reading, which is very rare because my brain just goes and there's no stopping. It's a running away train. Kind of like Michael Scott in The Office when he has a thought and he's just talking to David Wallace and his words just come out and he has no idea what's going on. So yeah, there was never a point in the book where I was just like, okay, I'm done reading the book. I want to take a break. I actually binge read this. I don't know, it took me like, I think 4 days to read it. And I was interested the entire time. So I think the writing itself was good, at least for me. There's a lot of cursing in it. The way he described characters was very like cliche. Like he described a black woman, and the way I read it, I imagined a black woman's voice like, child, please, And that's how I imagined the character, so he did a good job, for me, again, at explaining what the characters were. In terms of the events that happened in the book, I think all the events were, I would say 90% of the events were detailed properly to stimulate my brain and to keep me wondering and to keep me kind of in suspense. You know, he's leading you on to things like, oh, this might happen, this might happen. And that's kind of a suspense. It's nothing like crazy, but there's a little bit of that in there. So the events that were going on, some you can predict, like if you actually pay attention to the words that are on the pages and you can think back as you're reading and kind of like you do in a movie, you can kind of tell what kind of events are gonna go on. And even within the first couple chapters, I already knew like, okay, I see. And then me noticing that, I wasn't even more interested because I knew what was going on. And then I wanted to see if Logic or Bobby Hall predicted that. And then if he could keep me, you know, kind of guessing and kind of doing a little search for clues here and there, which he did up until a certain point. And at a certain point, no spoilers here, But towards the end of the book, there's a massive event, and in that event, I wanted more detail. I feel like it wasn't enough details for me personally. Like when I get to the end of a story, I don't want it to just be like, okay, and happy ending, bye. Like, I need guns firing. I need cars flipping over. I need gorillas jumping out of airplanes. I need dinosaurs eating fish. That's weird, dude. I need things just going crazy, and then boom, there's the ending. So I kind of got that in this book, but it was like a very, very small version of that. Still entertaining. I think it was still a good ending, but again, it just happened a little too fast. Like it seemed like you know when you're writing a sentence and then you kind of just scroll off the page. That's kind of how it seemed to go down for me, at least. Now, a couple other things before I'm out of this video. I've watched other reviews on this. I've seen a couple other ones, and they're mixed. I'm seeing there's mixed reviews, not only by the reviewer themselves, but by people who comment on the videos. And it seems like whoever the viewer is, or whoever the person doing the review is, seems like their followers or their subscribers seem to have the same mindset as them. I've seen someone give it like a 3.5 rating, and someone give it a 1-star rating out of 5. And the person that gave it a 1-star rating, it seemed like she was kind of just like it wasn't her style book, but it seemed to me like people that are just in it to criticize the storytelling, which is fine. You know, as food critics, I respect them. They tell you what's good, what's not good, because that's their job. But it just seemed like it was a little bit. It was too critiquey for me to watch the whole video, because right off the bat I kind of knew what was going on. And the other person, she was wearing like a Logic shirt. She gave it a good rating because she knew who Logic was, and she kind of liked the story. She seemed like I don't know how old she was, but she seemed like a young adult, so it kind of clicked with her. And also it seemed like that in her comments too. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is there's mixed feelings just because of the way the story was written. It's just the way the story was written. You see, I'm trying to speed this up so my camera doesn't die on me. But it's Logic's first novel, and I think there's a lot of things that he could fix. Like I said, add more details to certain spots, don't do certain things, do more certain things. So it's all good. It's all a learning process. But again, it just depends on who's reading the book, what your tastes are. Are you a new reader? Have you read dozens and dozens of books? Because I'm sure there's a lot of books that are just like this, with the same plot twist, with the same kind of characters, the same ideas behind what's going on in the main character. But I think there's probably other books that are just written better, probably by more experienced authors, which is cool. So I wouldn't really recommend this book to experienced readers. I would definitely recommend this book to someone like me, getting into reading, getting back into reading, someone who just wants to know how a hip-hop artist or rapper thinks, and then can portray his thoughts and creativity into a book. But if you're going to critique the book, get it for sure. That way you can like really critique and give a much better explanation than I'm giving right now. If I had to rate this book out of 5 stars, I guess that's the move. I'd probably give it a solid like 3.9. The reason I chopped off 1.1 points is because of the ending. I wanted more, there wasn't enough there, but it was $18 when I bought it. I think I bought it unintentionally. Like I didn't even know he wrote a book until I went to Barnes & Noble. But yeah, so that's basically it. Hopefully it was a good review or a decent review. Hopefully you got some sort of judgment out of it. I didn't want to give any spoilers, so I held back a lot, because there's so many things I could say, but then if I say them now, when you read the book, you can catch on, and it's just not gonna be good. So hopefully my camera isn't gonna die in this outro. But if you like this review, give it a thumbs up. All right, my camera actually did end up dying. It's currently charging right here. But anyways, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment if you have anything to say, if you want to talk about the book, if you want to tell me I'm stupid, or tell me that I'm a genius, whichever is cool for you, works for me. So yes, like, comment, share, subscribe. The whole thing for YouTube helps everyone out, helps me out, helps grow this channel, which I really want to do, because like I said, I want to talk about books and things of that nature. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. And yeah, I'm out. See you guys in the next video.